despite everything that was being said, despite the fact that people said the service was unusable, the fact they said it was no longer a good deal, the fact that they said it was no longer promising what they said it was, we know, I think we all do, deep down our hearts, deep down, we all know this, that the reason people got so mad at MoviePass was not because their service got crummy, although it certainly did at one point. It was because MoviePass stopped giving away free movies. That's why we liked it. If the movies were free, well, we were happy. If the movies weren't free, well, we were not happy. Even if we were still saving a ton of money, if they weren't free, we need to sue them for a bait and switch. That was the story with MoviePass. And when MoviePass went from like unlimited to 3, and Sinemia came and said, hey, we've got 3 and they're unlimited. Oh, and by the way, we've also got an unlimited plan. People are like, howdy do, we are so going to get there, forget MoviePass. Where's the card? Why don't I have a MoviePass card so I can throw it across the room metaphorically? I guess you'll just have to imagine me throwing it. Well, Sinemia is now in trouble because Sinemia found out what MoviePass also found out. That when you give people free movies, they will use them. And so Sinemia has tacked on some fees, which, by the way, they are allowed to do. In both cases, they are allowed to change the terms of service. I don't think anyone's disputing it. They're just getting upset that they actually are changing the terms of service. And now there are little convenience fees to help offset it. Now, here's the thing. If you go back to an old MoviePass video I did about where I was defending the peak pricing, and it's still up there, and now it actually still has some relevance, you can see how I was saying MoviePass would at some point be more like a Costco membership. You paid for the membership, and then you got huge discounts on the tickets. They weren't free per se, but you saved way more than you put into it. But apparently that is not what people want. They just want free movies. And now Sinemia is being sued for being a bait and switch. So basically Sinemia, the savior to when MoviePass went under, now they are the goats now, because they found out the same lesson MoviePass did, that you just can't give away free movies. Who'd have thought? Well, according to Business Insider, MoviePass competitor Sinemia is being sued by angry customers who say it ripped them off with new fees. Note the wording there, ripped off. I highly doubt anyone got ripped off in this endeavor. But let's look at this article that has one of the few mean pictures of the Grinch. The Grinch really isn't that mean in the new movie. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but it's just not really the Grinch. So anyway, when MoviePass was forced to drastically change its business model in the face of mounting losses in August, competitor Sinemia stepped into the spotlight. The movie ticket subscription startup was founded in Turkey in 2015 and had operated overseas, but in early 2018 it capitalized on the hype around MoviePass to launch in the US. Despite their similarities, Sinemia CEO Rifat Uga, I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'm sorry, positioned his company as the Anti-moviepass, focusing on profit and sustainability, where MoviePass was focused on hypergrowth. But I have to say, if you were like a serious moviegoer like me who used Sinemia basically for IMAX and 3D and 4DX, they weren't making money off me. I think they've made money off me 2 months when I just couldn't think of any reason to use it. But for the most part, they lose way more money on me than they make. So anyway, but as MoviePass began to introduce unpopular new restrictions, Sinemia went for the jugular, introducing a plan at the same price as MoviePass, around $10 per month, with the same number of movies, 3 per month, but with no restrictions on movies or subtimes, and with the ability to book tickets in advance. And granted, it's nice. I don't know why it's always considered like the make it or break it feature of all these subscriptions. Like, if you can buy the tickets in advance, that's a make it feature. I've never understood that, but then I see a lot of movies at 2 p.m., so maybe of course I'm not going to get it. For some movie fans, including myself, it seemed like we had finally found a subscription service we could rely on. The feeling didn't last for many. Oh, it didn't last for many. That's sad. On Friday, the law firm Chimicles and Tickles LLP filed a class action lawsuit in Delaware on behalf of 2 plaintiffs alleging that Sinemia essentially became a bait and switch scheme. Oh, what did they do? Quote, it lures customers in by convincing them to purchase a purposefully cheaper movie subscription and then adds undisclosed fees that make such purchases no bargain at all, the lawsuit claims. Sinemia fleeces customers with an undisclosed, unexpected, and not bargained for processing fee each time a plan subscriber goes to the movies using Sinemia's service. I, too, encountered Sinemia's sneaky fees and wrote about them in a piece published last week. In the piece, I urged the company to be more transparent with customers about its pricing structure. In all fairness, yes, that probably has a lot to do with this. The fact that they are not super transparent, and I think that's also what hurt MoviePass in the long run, that could be a big problem for people. I was contacted by over 40 Sinemia subscribers, many of whom expressed anger and frustration with its fees and lack of customer service. The lack of customer service is really bad. In fact, here's a little tip. If you have a customer service issue with Sinemia, don't email their customer service. You're probably not going to get a response. Send a private message on Twitter. You're much more likely to get a response. I'm still not going to guarantee that you're going to get a resolution to your problem. I didn't with my last issue that I had. On Sunday, less than a week after my story, Sinemia deactivated my personal account without explanation. A button to reactivate my subscription didn't function, and my email to customer support hasn't been answered. Despite paying a $20 activation fee, my account was only active for 2 months before Sinemia shut it off. And by the way, if you thought MoviePass was bad about shutting off accounts, Sinemia, unfortunately, is a heck of a lot worse. I'm still waiting for them to shut my account off, just because I make these videos, to be honest. I saw one movie, A Star is Born, which I highly recommended. How did it all go so wrong so quickly? Fees upon fees. The crux of the class action lawsuit against Sinemia is a new $1.80 processing fee that the company began to roll out in mid-October. To understand how these new fee charges changes the value proposition of the service, it's helpful to look at one of the lawsuit plaintiffs, Paul Early of California. Early signed up for Sinemia in August and paid $191.88 for a year plan of 2 movies per month. Okay. Plus $9.99 for activation. According to the suit, all in he paid over $200. The first 5 times Early used Sinemia, he incurred a $1.50 third-party convenience fee from e-ticketing sites like Fandango, which, yeah, Sinemia doesn't pay those fees. Sinemia had disclosed before he'd bought the subscription that he'd have to pay that fee. But then when Early went to use the app on October 22nd, he was charged a further $1.80 processing fee per ticket, according to the suite. After getting hit with this new fee a few more times, Early contacted customer support asking to cancel his plan and get a refund for the remainder. He never heard anything, according to the suit. Again, that's a problem. The movie plan Early is now stuck with has lost significant value with the imposition of the processing fees, the suit argues. Now, let's pause for a second and let's go to the calculator. This is a wonderful app. I love this app. So, okay, let's put it this. So he got 2 movies a month. Now let's assume they're all 2D movies, although I think you might be able to see an IMAX movie in there. So let's see here. $191.88 if I remember it, plus a $9.99 activation fee. Okay, plus let's see here. If you see $1.50, 12 times. You know, my math is really bad, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just say it's $18. And $1.80 for 12 months. You know, let's just round it up to $2. $22. So $243.87 if he sees all the movies. Wait, is that correct? No, you know what? Well, let's use that as the base. Let's assume he sees 1 movie a month. We'll just change that. So then, the average movie ticket, let's say it's $12.50 times 12, $150. So if he's seeing just 1 movie a month, he's saving $50. Not bad. If he's seeing 2 movies a month, he's saving $100. Not bad at all. That is still a very, very big savings. I mean, does he want to go back to paying an extra $100? Now, he could make the argument, and this has been made, that because it's a subscription service, he's seeing movies that he might not really want to see. Maybe he doesn't want to see Once Upon a Deadpool. Maybe he doesn't want to see Aquaman. Maybe he doesn't want to see Detective Pikachu, even though that looks awesome, I hate to say. But, he is because he thought it was part of the subscription service. And by the way, this is variable. Keep in mind, we did round up to $2, which is not, what they're going to charge. And if he goes to like an AMC or a Cinemark and uses the app or one of their cards, he can waive one of the processing fees. So that number could still change. But let's get back to the article here. Many Sinemia subscribers echoed these sentiments to Business Ire, saying they felt taken advantage of by the fees, especially when the processing fees were added on top of convenience fees. Multiple subscribers said they requested refunds for the remainder of the yearly subscriptions and been told Sinemia was a non-refundable service, which I have mixed feelings about in all fairness. Others simply never heard from Sinemia's customer support despite multiple follow-ups, myself included. Yeah, again, that's really bad. I'm not going to lie. They really need to fix that. But again, here's a little tip, even to this person. Message the Twitter account. That's how I get my responses. Sinemia provided the following statement to Business Insider after publication. Publication. I'm bad with certain words. Can you tell? From the beginning, the goal of Sinemia has been to make the movie-going experience much more affordable and enjoyable for moviegoers by covering for the cost of the movie ticket. While nobody enjoys fees, there are certain costs related to booking and processing outside of the price of the movie ticket that are out of our control. A processing fee of up to $1.80 applies so that Sinemia can continue to provide access to all showtimes for all movies in all theaters without restrictions, as well as to keep our subscription plans and services consistent, as they have been since the founding of the company. Also, Sinemia is developing a feature in the app which will allow users to order physical cards in December. Okay, that one really bothers me because this stupid thing was deactivated recently. In fact, I even got a notification that at this point on, Sinemia is completely cardless. Completely cardless. But to make up for not being able to use this, which I hadn't been able to use for a while now, they were going to waive the convenience fees for 90 days, which I am thankful for, by the way. But I know that they're getting away from this because MoviePass sued them and apparently is doing really good in court, protecting their patents. And so this thing isn't useful very much at the moment. So you can only do it digital. And I don't know what they're talking about that. I just don't. Also, I love how, right here, it says, see, also, 18% of MoviePass subscribers say the plan to cancel, but many loyalists are still happy despite unpopular new features. So, here's the bottom line. Does Sinemia need to be more upfront about this stuff? Yes. Do they need to communicate with their customers better? Yes. Do they need to have better customer service? Yes. Are most of these complaints valid? Yes, yes, yes. Are they the bad guys for tacking on a convenience fee? No. Are they breaking any rules by tacking on a convenience fee? No. Is it a bait and switch that they're tagging on a convenience fee? Maybe. But when you consider the fact that a $12.50 ticket might cost you $3.20, well, that's still a pretty good deal in my eyes. So I'm going to say, no, it's not a bait and switch. You're still saving 85% of the ticket as far as I'm concerned. The bottom line is people want these subscription services because they just want free movies. They want free movies, and they're not even thinking well, hey, you know what? I'm going to see most of these movies anyway. I'd rather pay $9 less to see them than, full price, but some people are like that. And the thing is, if it's just a regular service, you can use this for IMAX and 4DX. Heck, if this guy uses one of these monthly tickets, just one of them, to see a 4DX movie, that's a $25 ticket that's costing him $3.20. That is far from a bad deal, in my opinion. But you know what? I just like seeing the bigger picture of the value. I think people are shooting themselves in the foot because, you know what? Yeah, there's going to have to be some cost to this. We can't go back to $10 for unlimited. Heck, we can't even do $30 for unlimited at this point because we've already seen how people react. They will see everything. Trust me. I mean, you might say, oh, well, $30 is sustainable. It's well, It's not so much when 15% of the people subscribing are getting $700 worth of use out of the darn thing. So I don't know, but I know this is like a touchy subject. I know a lot of people get really, really angry when, you know, I essentially poo-poo the customer for not being grateful. But this does seem like a thing like, hey, you know what? You can still save a lot of money. Heck, again, did the math. This guy could still be saving like $100 a year. I will definitely never complain about that. It's amazing when people can complain that they're only saving $100 a year. Like, really? I don't know. Anyway, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.